Have you ever wondered if your child is experiencing burnout? It's a question that may seem out of place. After all, burnout is often associated with the adult world of work and responsibilities. However, the reality is that burnout can affect anyone, including our children. Yes, you heard correctly. Burnout isn't just an adult phenomenon. It's a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. It can make children feel overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and unable to meet constant demands. But how does burnout in children look? It may not be as clear-cut as in adults. Children might not have work stress, but they do have their own unique set of pressures and challenges. Their burnout might manifest as changes in behavior, mood swings, or even a drop in school performance. Remember, our children don't express stress in the same way we do. Understanding burnout in children is the first step to helping them navigate through it. But what happens when your child is not just any child, but a child with autism? Can they experience burnout too? We often associate the concept of burnout with adults juggling demanding jobs and personal lives. But burnout is not exclusive to adults. It can affect anyone, including children, and especially those with autism. Autism, a neurodevelopmental disorder, comes with its unique sensory and social experiences. Children with autism often perceive the world differently. They may find it difficult to process sensory information, like sounds, lights, and textures, which most of us take for granted. This continuous sensory overload can be exhausting, leading to a state of chronic fatigue or burnout. Imagine being in a room where the lights are too bright, the sounds too loud, and the air filled with a myriad of overwhelming scents. Now imagine experiencing this not just once in a while, but every single day. That's what life can feel like for a child with autism. Social situations can also contribute to burnout in children with autism. They often struggle with understanding social cues, making it difficult for them to interact with others. This constant effort to fit into a world that doesn't always understand them can be incredibly draining, leading to a state of emotional exhaustion, another hallmark of burnout. Furthermore, the daily routines and rituals that bring comfort and predictability to children with autism can also become a source of stress if they are disrupted. The effort to adapt to these changes can lead to cognitive fatigue, another aspect of burnout. So when we ask, can a child with autism experience burnout? The answer is a resounding yes. They may be more prone to it because of their unique sensory and social experiences. It's not a sign of weakness or a lack of resilience. It's a response to a world that can often be overwhelming and confusing. The signs of burnout in children with autism may not always be obvious. They may manifest as changes in behavior, mood, or even health. But once we recognize these signs, we can take steps to help them manage and recover. Yes, children with autism can and do experience burnout. Recognizing this is key to providing them with the support they need. So how can you tell if your child with autism is experiencing burnout? It's a question that many parents and caregivers grapple with. Identifying burnout in children with autism can be challenging, but there are a few key signs to look out for. Firstly, you may notice changes in their behavior. This could be anything from increased agitation to reduced interest in activities they once enjoyed. Your child might become more irritable or display behavior that is out of character for them. For instance, they may show signs of aggression, or they might become unusually passive. Secondly, children experiencing burnout often exhibit increased sensitivity to sensory stimuli. This means that they may become more reactive to sounds, textures, or lights that they were previously comfortable with. If you notice your child reacting strongly to sensory experiences, it could be a sign that they are feeling overwhelmed and are on the verge of burnout. Another sign could be withdrawal from social situations. While it's normal for children with autism to prefer solitude at times, abrupt or extreme isolation could indicate burnout. If your child is avoiding interaction with others more than usual, or if they seem particularly unresponsive, it might be a sign that they are feeling overwhelmed. It's important to remember that these signs can be subtle and easily overlooked. However, they are crucial for recognizing burnout. Keep in mind that every child is unique, and what signifies burnout in one child may not be the same for another. It's also possible for a child to exhibit one or more of these signs without being in burnout. That's why it's always important to consider these signs in the context of your child's overall behavior and well-being. Remember, burnout can take a toll on anyone, and children with autism are no exception. It's crucial to stay vigilant and attentive to these signs. Recognizing these signs in your child is the first step to helping them manage their burnout. And remember, it's not just about identifying the signs, it's about understanding them and using that understanding to provide the support your child needs. But what causes burnout in children with autism? You may ask. It's a complex question, with a multitude of factors playing a role. Firstly, consider the overwhelming sensory environments that many children with autism encounter daily. Bright lights, loud noises, an array of smells. These can all be intense for a child with autism. Their heightened sensitivity can turn everyday environments into a barrage of overstimulation, leading to exhaustion and, over time, burnout. But it's not just sensory overload. Let's talk about social expectations. Navigating social situations can be a minefield for children with autism. The unspoken rules, the subtle cues, the constant pressure to fit in, it's a lot to handle. When a child with autism is constantly trying to decipher and meet these expectations, it can lead to immense stress and eventual burnout. And then there's the concept of masking. This is when a child with autism tries to suppress or hide their autistic traits in order to blend in. It's a survival strategy, yes, but it's also incredibly draining. The continuous effort to pass as neurotypical can be a significant contributor to burnout. Moreover, children with autism often have co-occurring conditions such as ADHD or anxiety, which can also contribute to feelings of burnout. They may struggle with sleep issues, which can exacerbate fatigue and stress. And let's not forget, they are still children, dealing with the everyday pressures of growing up, schoolwork, and friendships. So as you can see, the causes of burnout in children with autism are multifaceted and complex. They involve a mix of environmental, social, and personal factors, all of which can accumulate over time to result in burnout. It's a tough reality, but it's not without hope. By understanding the causes of burnout, we can help create environments that are more supportive and less overwhelming for children with autism. We can advocate for their needs, help them manage their stress, and build a world where they are accepted and understood, just as they are. Understanding the causes of burnout can help us create environments that are more supportive and less overwhelming for children with autism. So how can you help your child manage their burnout? Well, it's not a one-size-fits-all answer, but the first step is understanding your child's unique needs and triggers. This understanding will allow you to create a supportive environment that can help them manage their stress levels. One effective strategy is creating a calm and predictable environment. Children with autism often find comfort in routine and predictability. This could mean maintaining consistent daily schedules or creating quiet, low-stimulation spaces in your home where your child can retreat when they need to decompress. Now, it's also crucial to allow for downtime. Just like us, children need time to relax and recharge. This could be as simple as scheduling regular breaks throughout the day for your child to rest, or setting aside time for them to engage in leisure activities that they enjoy. And speaking of activities, encouraging pursuits that your child finds enjoyable and relaxing can work wonders. Whether it's drawing, reading, playing with a favorite toy, or exploring the outdoors, these activities can serve as a stress relief valve, providing an outlet for pent-up tension and anxiety. It's also a good idea to teach your child relaxation techniques, such as deep breathing exercises. These methods can help them self-regulate their emotions and manage their stress levels, giving them tools they can use to cope with burnout. And remember, it's okay to ask for help. Whether it's reaching out to a mental health professional, joining a support group, or simply leaning on friends and family, having a network of support can be immensely beneficial. Lastly, remember to model healthy stress management yourself. Children often learn by observing the adults in their lives. If they see you taking care of your mental health, they're more likely to do the same. With the right understanding and strategies, we can help our children manage their burnout and thrive. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all want, right? For our children to be happy, healthy, and able to navigate life's challenges with resilience and confidence. Now that we've explored how burnout can affect children with autism and how we can recognize and manage these signs, it's time to put this knowledge into practice. Think about how you can apply these strategies in your daily life. Have you identified any signs of burnout in a child close to you? How can you create a more welcoming and less stressful environment for them? These are essential questions you should ask yourself. Remember, the key to supporting a child with autism is understanding and patience. Don't be afraid to implement new calming routines or adjust the environment to make it safer and more comfortable. How do you think these changes could impact the child's life? Are you prepared to handle the challenges that might arise? And most importantly, how can you continue learning and adapting to offer the best support possible? If you enjoyed this content and want to keep learning about how to improve the well-being of children with autism, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. And don't miss our next video. practical strategies to manage hand flapping in autism. It can help you better understand and manage this behavior. Thank you for watching. We see you in the next video.